Welcome along to a view from Section C. Another extra week gap due to Larzo's work commitments and my basketball commitments. And I may as well throw that out there because he's getting a wee bit upset on social media at the weekend about it.
Well, it just goes to show, Junior, right, that you opened up a can of worms
Honestly,
with Daddy being unprofessional, and then it was Daddy got all the backing from the people.
It's Daddy unprofessional, and because I've got to edit that much crap for you every time
No,
we do the podcast. I hate to sit through it. It takes me about 2 hours to go through it all.
I'm sorry. The people have spoken. It's you. It's not me. It's you.
God, it sounds like the end of a relationship here. It's not me, it's you. It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, you said that years ago.
Yeah, well, we're kicking off this week's episode with a bit of breaking news,
Yep.
and that Marcus has left.
Yeah.
A
Shocker, Rooney.
big shocker.
Yeah.
Seen quite. It's funny because you've seen quite a few things on social media yesterday. You hear grumbles at the games and stuff like, "Oh, Marcus he's a lot older. He's a bit slow." But there was a lot of love for Marcus yesterday when it was announced that he was going. Massive player for us, I think. For me, big loss to the club. Not just his experience, but his professionalism. Big loss for me.
I think for me, I must admit, when we signed him, I was always of that ilk that this is one of those signings that, I looked at his age and I know that age is only a number.
Yeah.
And I had concerns that he would last the demands of the Elite League season more than anything else. The travel, the number of games that we would play, and then what hasn't helped is games getting cancelled and then having to get rescheduled. And you're something normally you would play Saturday, Sunday, and that would be you. Maybe a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that was it. But it ended up sometimes it was Saturday, Sunday, and then it was a Tuesday thrown in, and sometimes a Thursday thrown in again.
Yeah.
And then the games were all over the place. And he's obviously a fit guy, but I think as you get older, it takes you longer to recover.
Yeah.
And what a move for him! What a move!
I know to go to Bolzano and
Bolzano
still playing at a very good level of hockey, a very high level of hockey.
Yeah.
But it's big skates to fill. For the new guy. But we do have our new signing. And Larzo, can you remember his name? It means we're going to have to bring up a new
Ozols.
Ozol.
Is it Calvis Ozols?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you, we're saying that Marcus has got big skates to fill. Well, this guy's 6'6", so I'm sure
I think he fills them fine.
I'm sure he'll fill them fine. So if Marcus has left a pair of skates behind, I'm fairly positive he's going to go in there. For going back to Marcus, I'm disappointed he left. I agree with you. He was the way he conducted himself.
Yeah.
From what we see, was nothing but professional. He always spoke. If you seen him outside the rink, he would always say hello, how you doing, things like that. But he was very, very professional the way he went about his business.
There was a lot on social media about that he looked kind of disinterested the last few games. He just kind of skated off the ice at the end. I can actually say that he's done that all season when they get beat. Now, probably his only wee bit of unprofessionalism about him is not doing the lap around the rink. But from being in a sports background, basketball and largely you'll be the same. When you get beat, the last thing you want to do is go for a lap of honour and then off the court. In this case, off the ice. I just want to go straight down into the changing room, changed in him.
Yeah, I had a different perspective for that. And my perspective is Marcus was assistant coach, right? And it could be that Omar's left the bench. He's obviously away in the dressing room. And Marcus maybe, when they got beat, get off the ice, get in, speak to Omar so they know what they were going to say to the guys when they came off the ice. That was the way I looked at it.
Possibly.
And I'll be honest with you, it did not put me up or down. if
No,
you left ice or not.
I
I couldn't
didn't
care.
care.
You know what? See if we got bit, and every one of them went off the ice, and they just went centre ice, put their sticks up, and walked off, skated off ice. Wouldn't have put me up with that.
Yeah,
Would not put me up with that.
And for me, it shows the care. It shows that they're pissed off they got beaten, and that's it. Listen, we need to get out of here.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
But
big
loss. Big loss.
Big loss.
But again, an even bigger boy coming in at 6'6". Possibly 6'8", 6'9" on skates.
Yeah.
And big boy.
The positive thing, he's right-handed.
Oh, right-hander as well. So two right-handed D-men now.
Two right-handed D-men now. So we've only to worry about when two left-handers are on the ice now.
That Tiff Omar doesn't put the two writers together.
Nah, didn't even go there.
But yeah, looking at kind of his experience, not a lot there. 12 games so far this season.
Yeah,
not many games last season, the season before. There's not a lot of point production. There's not a lot of penalties either. I'm hoping that it's not a cheap and cheerful signing. You got to think. I would like to think Marcus was on big money, so we're putting that back into another signing. But yeah, let's
go. I'm looking at this guy, and I'm thinking we're going to get a sort of a Peter Chalupka, Craig Gans type of a Chalupka Gans type of player.
Yeah,
maybe even they two put together. Chalupka was nothing special when we signed him.
Nope.
He come in and he done a job.
Yeah.
And I know there's videos going out on social media today of the new guy playing him, but it's a few years ago. He seems to hit a big bomb. He could shoot the puck for the blue line, which is going to be beneficial. I think we've mentioned that on the power play that we've not really got anybody who could one time it as it gets passed across the blue line, things like that. I'm looking forward to seeing this guy, but and I know we're saying that he's only played X amount of games over the last couple of years. I look at the COVID situation again, and is it just that he's been unfortunate because of what's been happening with COVID, that he's not got himself a steady job, and he's played a couple of games here, someone shut down, he's went someplace else, someone shut down. It might be that, it might not be.
Possibly, possibly. But
who knows? We'll certainly find out at the weekend.
We'll find out at the weekend. But before we look at the weekend, we've got 5 games to review.
I can't believe it's that many.
I know. So we've got our Giants double header. So we got off to a great start.
Can we just speak about this game and we'll forget about the next thing?
Yeah. 4-3 victory after overtime. So David Goodwin put the Giants 1-0 up, 18:05. Sebastian Bengtsson, power play goal, 28:47. Sebastian Bengtsson again, power play goal. That doesn't look right, does it? No, it's Tom Rutkus. It's the way that Elite League, done their thing this time for this one. So Tom Rutkus, 31:56. And then us with a quick fire 1-2 goal. Sebastian Bengtsson putting us 3-1 ahead, 33-16 on the power play. Power play goal by our best pal JJ Pikanich, 48-46, and then obviously with just seconds to go, Cam Knight, 49-39, tied the game. Connor Sills with a lovely breakaway goal in overtime. I'm still saying Adam Morrison should have an assist on this one.
Yeah, actually,
he was the last player to touch it before Sills picked the puck up. He saved the save. Made a double save.
I actually think Adam Morrison should have about 2 or 3 assists on that goal. Because of the amount of saves you had to put in before that puck broke the corner.
It was the double save. And Sills picked up. Yep, he should have an assist on it, and we're going to the Elite League about it. Mo should have an assist. I think kind of Belfast. I don't actually think they deserved the point. I thought we were the better team throughout the game.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we just edged it from them. We needed, a response, and we got that win. And then obviously we go into the next night and we'll not even discuss the goal scorers, but 7-0 on the Saturday. That's all you're getting to see on the video this week of that review there.
Yeah, that was absolutely night and day.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous. How
so you go. No, I was going to say we said on the podcast before it with Robo, split the games.
Yeah.
If you get the win on the Friday night, you give yourself a good chance to win it on the Saturday. Boy, did we not give ourselves a good chance to win it on the Saturday.
Yeah. And then we decided 2 points on Friday was enough.
Yeah. And you know what? I think losing Charlie in the game on Friday spurred us on a little bit, because it's like, right, we need to step up. We're in the game here. We need to step up and keep going the way we're going. And then he's out for Saturday. Marcus is out for Saturday. Ronger's still out, although we've got O'Brien in. Yeah, it was just the whole performance just felt flat. We went down a couple, and I think it was just. I don't think the players give up. I would never say the team gave up, but it just felt like there was no extra oomph behind it, behind any of the plays. There was no conviction in what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I think the colour blow for me was the goal that was that the game where was it kicked in? Was it not kicked in?
It was,
and I think
it was definitely kicked in.
To me, it looked as if it was kicked in, and I know you can angle your skate, but to me, he angled his skate, but there's a forward movement.
So to me,
that's a kick. And I honestly think that's the big game changer, because I think we went 3-0 down at that point.
Yeah,
and I think it changed for there. The whole game changed on that.
And again, listen, we've been all on social media recently. The league have come out about it. They've all spoken. Don't get personal with the officials. They're just doing a job. But again, it's a big call with Brown and Ferguson, and they can't make the right call.
Yeah,
it's the same on Friday as well with Pavel and Fox. Now, we had a goal. Belfast goal was getting reviewed for goalie interference, and they were given the goal. And the contact was much worse than what Beskorowany got when they played Cardiff.
Yeah.
So where's the consistency again? And this is why fans get pissed off and they take to social media and say that referees are shit.
Yeah. I think we the thing with the referees though is I think that I know they're going to get sort of slated, right? But I think it's when they're saying the personal stuff, I think it's because it's personal.
There was someone getting
stuff,
not death threats, but threatened to get battered and stuff.
Yeah, so that's bang out of order.
Has anything happened to Hogarth as well, where he's tweeted about Coventry being unwashed and? Because, let's be honest, he's not wrong.
He got the freedom of Fife for that, because it now means that Coventry are not unwashed, and Fife are thinking, we're not unwashed. So
I know Andy Mack will need to change it when Coventry come to town now.
The great unwashed from Coventry.
They are chavs after all.
But
it's just
that to me that was the game changer, and then after that it was one-way traffic.
Yeah.
Someone tells me though on the Friday game, after the Friday game, what happened during the man of the match. Besco throwing a wee tantrum because he wanted off the ice and things like that. I think that spurred them on. I think they came up and put an absolute show on. Absolute show. And I think Keith must have rattled them on Friday.
I was speaking to a friend, and I won't mention who it is.
You've no friends. Don't kid yourself.
We're friends than you, right? I'm speaking to a friend, and I'll not mention who he is. He spoke to me, and he said that Adam Keefe was a grumpy fucker all of Saturday morning. Friday night, Saturday morning, and he gave them it tight.
Told you.
So,
yeah.
And that's the thing, and that's what I'd love to see. I'd love to be a fly in the wall in our changing room after that 7-0 game. Because, Omar's very professional. When he comes on his interviews and stuff, you'll always kind of try and back up the team where possible.
Yeah, definitely.
You won't throw him under the bus, and he's the ultimate professional. But you don't see that pissed off side of Omar. And that's the side I would have loved to have seen on Saturday in that changing room. Just, what did he say?
Say?
How bad did they get it?
Yeah.
I heard they were all kept back on Saturday after the game.
The thing is, whatever he said must have worked.
Yeah,
because it goes in to the midweek game. Yeah,
and again, apologies to all of our viewers and listeners. We did not preview this game, Larzo. We missed the preview on this one on the last podcast.
That was Robo's fault. Blame Robo.
Yeah, Robo the unprofessional. So Cardiff Devils came to town. We go 1-0 up again. Mr. Bengtson chipping in with the goal at 15:33. Charlie Combs back in the lineup after his blocked shot to the foot at 30:24. Sebastian Bengtson chipping in again at 43:46. And then we're home and dry, thinking this is absolutely fantastic. They pull the goalie, and then Brodie Reid goes and scores 2 goals in a minute and 31 seconds or something. So, it's... they didn't deserve... that scoreline flattered them. It really did.
Definitely.
It was never a 3-2 game. It was We were 3-0 up and cruising. They pulled the goalie, and we just went far too defensive on it.
I think it got to the stage where we just we got the puck and we just kept icing it. Yeah, let's keep icing it.
Okay, just keep going.
Remember, I was like, was it one of the games doing in Solway? Was it a cup final or something?
It was over in Fife in the cup final. Yeah,
they went 1-0 up and they just kept firing it down icing.
And I think we were actually. I actually think we were 3-1 up at the point, and they were still just icing it.
Yeah.
To stop the onslaught. But just kept icing it. Again, scoring flattered them. I really do feel for Mo in that game because I thought Mo was outstanding.
Yeah. That was a game he deserved the shot, and it never happened. It never happened. And it was quite funny. There was people sitting along from us at the game. I think it's the first time I've seen them in Section C. And one of them was giving the coach a bit of jip, as in the Devils coach. Just shut up. Go on with the game. You're bit anyway. You're bit, and I'm sitting thinking, you obviously won at the Sheffield game.
No, shut up. Stop speaking. Shut up.
3-1. You're bit anyway. Shut up. 3-2. Oh, shit. Shut up. Sit down and just be quiet.
Yeah. Now, for the purposes of the argument here between Scalda and not Neil Francis, it was never 9 seconds on the clock.
5.3.
5.3. Yeah, exactly. 5.3.
5.3.
And we took the penalty, which again, so Marcus took the penalty. It's probably a cross check, but it wasn't called the whole game. He does it all game, and it never got called. Then they call it then. But again, it was that whole. Now, I actually seen something on Twitter about this a couple of weeks ago. When you're a goal up and the goalie's been pulled on the other team, right? Would you accept your player taking a penalty so you can just continually ice the puck and waste the clock seconds because they hate to go and get it and bring it back in?
Right. Okay.
Or would you just prefer the 6-on-5 and take the icing?
I would take the 6-on-5.
Yeah. I said the same. You take the 6-on-5 just for the bodies. But
that's it.
6-on-4. It's a great thing about this, about being at the penalty.
That's it. It's a free shot. It's a free shot. But the thing is, you've got to get it. But also then it opens up the ice for the 6 men because the 4 men could only go in a box. That's all they could do. And it doesn't matter what way the box is set. You know, you could have 1, 2, 1, or you could have 2 and 2. That's all you could set up. If you've got the 5 on, you could have somebody either playing like a 1-2-2, going to a basketball here, or you could have a 2-1-2, or even a 1-3-1. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather keep the 5 skaters.
Yeah, definitely. But listen, we rode it out.
Definitely.
We got the 2 points, and
we got what we deserved out of the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Whether it's 3-0 or 3-2, it's immaterial. Maybe matters to Mo for his stats, but it doesn't matter to anybody else.
I think Mo would just rather the 2 points. But I think Scalda's interview said it all. He praised Dundee quite a lot and said, we deserved the win. We played well. We played hard. Cardiff never turned up, and they really didn't. That's the worst Cardiff performance I've seen in possibly since the BNL days when we used to pump them every week.
I think he said that they played for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That was it. For 55 minutes, they were never in the game.
If that. It's maybe the last 3 minutes when they pulled the goal.
That was mental. But it was what we needed. We got bounce back ability from being 7-0 down. You like that? Remember that? Soccer AM, bounce back ability.
Was it Portsmouth?
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I think it might be. It was certainly I think it was in the Crouches.
Yeah, but
bounce back ability. But
as we say,
we beat Belfast. We then got humped 7-0, and you're thinking, this game, what's going to happen here? And we came back. Yeah, and we put a performance in.
Yeah, and I think we would have took 4 out of 6 points out of those 3 games.
Yeah.
So, hats off to them. And then, so that takes me to Saturday, away to the Clan. So, again, a place we always struggle, and it looks like we did kind of struggle again.
We've always struggled there for some reason. I don't know what it is.
It's one of those ones. So, Mikko Vainen at 12:41, Mitch Jones 28:08 on the power play, and their new boy Braylon Schmier scoring again at 34-28, gave him a 3-0 lead. We then got back into the game with a couple of quick fire goals through Philippe Songe. Good to see him back on the score sheet. And Connor Sills, 44-56 and 47-54.
Yep. Notice Rutgers jumping in with a wee point again there.
Yep. So no Charlie in this game again. Was Charlie? Did Charlie play? I can't remember. I know Chris was out. Ingles was out anyway as well. So we were a D-man down. But Matthew Waugh on the power play at 50-54, and then also an empty netter from Guillaume Gauthier. So a 5-2 loss. I look at that as a 4-2 loss, but you've not pulled the goalie. 4-2 probably. Not a bad result, but we would have liked the 2 points in Glasgow, especially us trying to catch up on them. But
I think the positive thing that came out of that game was seemingly the performance. I never watched it.
No,
we were obviously we went up to the Comets game.
What a game that was, by the way.
The same night. But from all accounts, I think it was a positive performance. They were in it. They were out at the start and then they got back. And then they were in the game, and it could have went either way. And then again, penalty comes up.
Yeah.
Close to the end of the game, they score in the power play. Then you've got to pull the goalie. Then they score again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I know.
But
it's changed.
Positive as a performance.
Yeah. Changed days that I wasn't at the Stars game, and the wife's away through with friends.
I don't blame you.
But it was.
Castle Grayskull through there.
Yeah.
Clan Towers.
But the Shannon said that. Shannon goes, it was a good team performance. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Other than those 2 goals, they just couldn't get that over the line again to get that final one to kind of.
I think we had to post in the bar about 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. So, you wanted 2 points, but it's always. It's a typical. It's a 50-50 game with Glasgow. Glasgow, they're just as inconsistent as us. They'll turn up for games and then other games will get absolutely pumped.
I think everybody's the same. Everybody around us, Fife are probably picking up more points consistently than everybody else now, because everybody else is beating everybody else and getting beat for everybody else.
Yeah.
But us, Manchester, Glasgow, Coventry, Guildford, are winning games, losing games. Winning games, losing games. If you get on a run, you're going to climb up this league. Nottingham have had a wee run, and they've suddenly got that wee gap again now.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Manchester, so obviously we lose 5-2 in Glasgow, and slightly disappointing. And I think we were all expecting the worst in Manchester, because we've played twice down there this year already, and we've lost quite convincingly down there. We've never really put in the performance we know we could put in. But then up comes this. Was very surprised. Sebastian Bengtsson getting in again on the score sheet, 27-40. Philippe Songe at 31-57. I'm thinking, go, great, 2-0 up. And then all of a sudden it's 2-0, 2 power play goals. Adam Brady and Jared Van Wormer at 37-09, 39-41. End of the second period, all tied into the first, all tied into the second. And then we go and blow out the water that fourth period. The first 10 minutes of that third period. Sebastian Bengtsson at 43-45. Charlie Combs quickly jumping in there at 44-33. Bengtson with a hat-trick and the one solo hat that was thrown on the ice.
Well done.
46-12 on
well
the
done
power
to
play.
the fan for through the hat on.
Yeah, Michael Poirier at 49-52 on the power play. Good old Poirier getting a goal there.
Delighted. Absolutely delighted for Michael.
A consolation goal at 53-14 by Jared Van Wormer. And I have to put in here that there's an assist from Mr. Springer there. But boy, did he get his tatties again.
Again.
Wait,
I'll tell you, like, I actually think, I don't think we play them again. I think that's us done with Manchester in the league, right? If we get them somehow, we maybe get them in the playoffs, right? It would be so funny. I think the next Stars player he's going to fight is probably going to be Combs or Sonch, right?
Yeah.
Because he started with the big fighter, Kyle, got dude twice. He then went with Sills, dude. What is he going to pick on next?
So, as someone else,
I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to square go the physio or something. You know what I mean?
I still think he'd kick his arse. But I seen it on social media that someone said that, you know, the next Stars player he fights, if the Stars player wins, do we get to keep Springer? Because that'll be his fifth time. So we get to keep him after that. We'll stick him on we'll just stick him on the wee hospitality box every game just to remind everyone of another wee trophy that we got. Just kicking his arse every time we played him.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at the game and the goals that we scored. I think if my maths was right, we scored 4 goals in something like 6 minutes, 7 seconds. Something like that.
Yeah, it's there. So 43,
45 to 49-52. 6 minutes and 7 seconds. 4 goals. Yeah. And Sebi lighting it up again. Yeah. Mikey Kidd is going to be so fat because he's eating so much humble pie. Fatter. Sorry. Sorry. Yes. Yes. I don't know what to say that. You said it.
I'll say it. I'm allowed to say it. I'm fat, so I can say it. But it was. What a performance! It was great as well to know that it was the boy Downey in the goal for Manchester after all the shit that happened. The last time he was up here and when the one on penalty shots, giving it the big I am.
That's right. I forgot about that. Totally forgot all about that. Yeah.
They're 6 past you. Shut your pass. See you later and enjoy your weekend journey home.
So what's the script then? Jin's injured. I know that.
Jin's injured. Bakashawa is injured as well, I believe.
All right.
So they're
on. Doesn't say much for their goal. Doesn't say much for their goalie coach, does it?
Yeah. So it's on to Downey now. So Downey's the backup's backup, I think. And so third choice goalie for them. Yeah. So we had to punish it because in years gone by, and
we've struggled.
Edinburgh being the biggest example. Kevin Forshall, who was an SNL goalie, came in and won. I think he only conceded 1 goal that night. So it was good to see us get on the score sheet. Seb getting a hat trick. He is still just ever so slightly behind Charlie in the total points for the team. Every time we think he goes ahead, we were saying this with Airway the other week. Every game, Seb scores a couple of goals, but what we don't realise is Charlie's had a couple of assists on those.
Charlie's a couple of assists,
and it keeps him down. But he is our top goal scorer. I think he's 6th or something, 7th on the top goal scorers.
Yeah, he's had a purple patch. Yeah, he definitely had a purple patch.
No, I'm on about Seb.
That's what I'm on about. Seb scoring. He's just the guy just can't stop scoring now.
Oh, I would say
every time you think he's going to get the puck, you think it's going in the net. Every time he shoots, you're thinking he's going to score here.
Yeah, and we're not going to say what we said at the game because away teams might listen to this and suss out what he's shooting. But he's got a wee sweet spot that he knows
he's got a wee sweet spot
every time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's what's known as the back of the net.
Yeah. So you look at it, 6 points out of 10 over the 5 games.
Yeah.
Happy with it. Would have took another 2 points against Clan, but it is what it is. It makes the
we said we would split the Belfast, which we did, right?
Yep.
For me, the Devils is a bottle of bonus.
Yep.
But we're always capable. We've always said that we're capable of beating anybody in Dundee.
Yeah.
Right. So we picked that one up. With Clan and Storm, I'd have probably took the split with them as well.
Yeah. You're on the road both games. You probably would have wanted to have beat Clan more than Storm, but yeah, ifs and buts. But it makes the table look like this. So we are currently sitting in 8th spot on that last playoff spot on 29 points. Manchester below us on 27. We have 3 games in hand on them. Yeah. Fife are 9 behind us, and we have a game in hand on them. We're only 1 behind Glasgow after they got beat on the Sunday. Yeah.
You know what's ridiculous about looking at that league?
Yeah.
That Glasgow have now played the same number of games as us.
I know. Yeah, I know. Blaze are 1 point ahead. They've got 2 games in hand, but again, we're only 3 points behind Guildford with 2 games in hand.
Yeah.
In 5th spot. So it's never been. I don't think the league's ever been tighter to make the playoffs. And a lot of Guildford fans will probably be sitting thinking, yeah, we'll make the playoffs. But all it takes is a couple of games for Manchester to win and Guildford to lose.
Yeah.
And they're right in the mix of maybe 7th, 8th spot.
And it just makes this weekend's game for us, the home game, absolutely critical. Definitely. Yeah.
Both games.
Yeah. But certainly for us to be looking at catching Guildford, we have to win. Yeah. We must win.
Yeah. Again, Nottingham, they're still about there at 38 points. We're only 9 points behind them with 3 games in hand.
Yeah.
So
it's fourth place is still capable.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I would be happy with maybe a 6th spot finish now. But yeah, it's definitely all to play for. With the amount of games we've got left, so many teams all in about it the same. The good thing as well, looking at that, is the goals for and goals against. Usually in years gone by, there's a massive difference for us in terms of how many goals we've scored against how many goals we've conceded. It's not that many this year. 91 goals for, 117 against. It's not that big a gap.
No.
Years gone by, there was a massive gap in years gone by. But yeah, it's looking okay. It's looking okay. We can still, and I think the guys will know that as well, and Omar will be saying it, we can still improve on a lot of things for what we're doing.
For where we're trying to get to, it's in our own hands.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good thing. We don't have to rely, certainly not at this point in time, we don't have to rely on anybody to help us out. It's in our hands. We'll decide where we're going to finish.
Yeah. So, before we move on to the preview, I want to mention a little video that was released by the Stars on social media yesterday. Ant and Deck of the club.
Charlie and Kyle.
Kyle Haas. Honest to God, I was in stitches watching that video of those two. It's just Charlie grabbing at the end like he's trying to fight him.
I think Charlie could take him,
You never know. I'm actually looking at it right now. I'm just he's just his smile after it. He's such a little shit.
I think Charlie fancies his chances.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, posters, kids, if you're listening. I know there are some kids that listen to this, and I've heard that we've been caught out on swearing now and again, Larzo, from the children.
Bullshit. No.
Somebody was listening going to Manchester a couple of weeks ago and said that their kids were like, oh, they swore, and they were always pissing themselves laughing. But yeah,
the kids love it. Listen, they say worse and hear worse in the playground than what we say on here.
Yeah. But yeah, get your posters and that out at the rink. Obviously, Charlie and Kyle are going to pick the best poster in the warm-up, so make sure you get your posters there as well.
Yeah. But again, Mikey Kidd has been asked for a specific poster by myself, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Yep.
I wonder what that could be in relation to.
Yeah, you wonder what it could be.
But yeah, we have 5 games to preview. coming up, obviously, because we've changed the podcast to every fortnight. So we'll preview the 2 weeks games. So firstly, we've got Guildford and Fife home then away this weekend.
Looking for 4 points, Junior. Minimum of 3. Minimum of 3.
Minimum of 3. Now, we said this the last time, right? And it was Fife and Guildford, I think. So I'm going to say here we're aiming for 0 points, okay? In the hope that we'll have a bit of reverse psychology here. Flames, I absolutely hate Guildford now, I never really used to mind Guildford, but I absolutely hate them now. The boy Watson's a dick.
Oh, he's a twat.
Waters is a twat as well.
Yeah. I think the only couple of decent guys out of there are the coach and Jordan.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Jordan County and the coach. Yeah, the rest of them are just dicks. That's it.
But yeah,
that's it.
We need to beat them on Saturday.
It's a must.
And in regulation, we can't allow them to pick up a point.
Correct. Totally agree with you. But it's going to be a difficult game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a difficult game.
It always is against them. Always is. Other than that, kind of 7-1. Was it 7-1? Drubbing that we gave them.
Yeah, but they do the same to us down there. They've got 7 for them down there, and we gave them 7 up here.
They're coming off a massive win against Glasgow, are they?
Yeah. Gee whiz, that was a shocker as well. So they'll be flying high,
Yeah.
But even over the years, going back to the BNL, Dundee Guildford games were always good games to watch.
Yeah.
They were always close
a bit of a
games.
Rivalry,
Yeah. As I say, Dickers, great coach. Really like the guy. We've had interaction with him. We've spoke to him. Jordan, he's one of us anyway. He's only down there just playing about for a season, and then he'll for me, get him back next season. Yeah. Return to the county, but the rest of them are just twats.
Yeah. So 2 points against Flames.
Yeah.
We're going into the Old Barn on Sunday.
Yeah.
We've not played Fife for a while, and they won the last one against us. They're a bit hit and miss at times, but they are performing well though. They're still losing. Picked up a couple of wins, but they're still losing. But they're losing in close games. Other than that game at the weekend against the Giants. But yeah, I have a bad feeling about Fife.
Chris Lawrence.
Well, yeah.
You
know what? I was speaking to Scott.
We'll see how tough he is.
Him. Yeah, I was speaking to Scott about him, right? And he said that although he's been kicked out, was it 3 games out of
certainly 2. I don't know if it's 3. Certainly been tossed out of 2 games.
He's actually made a world of difference seemingly to that team. They just feel like there's a bit more confidence and a bit more cockiness about them. And that's difficult when you've got Greg Chase in your squad anyway. But they feel that the team's a bit more confident with him being there. And again, it just could be his leadership in the changing room. Just making them relax that wee bit more. And, we've been in the league for years. Go out and play your game. And
he's an experienced player.
Yeah.
Right. And what happened to us was unfortunate. Like, the guy got a bad injury. And you never know how that would have turned out if he never got that injury. When we signed him, it was for us, a lot of Stars fans. This is a massive signing we made when we signed Chris Lawrence, and then it just went Pete Tong with the injury, and then it just had a negative impact. And when he come back, he wasn't the same for obvious reasons.
No,
it didn't work for him. It just didn't work for him, and that's no through any fault of his. Let's be honest, right? The guy got a bad injury. I'm not going to diss him. I've got his jersey.
No, you've not. You've got Dylan Lawrence's jersey.
I wish. But going into there, you know what? Maybe the ice suits him better than what it does at Dundee. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe might just be shithole makes him feel at home.
Maybe it might well be. I don't know the dimensions, but for me, Dundee looks bigger than Fife. I don't know if it is. It maybe suits him across there, and good luck to him. But I wouldn't win. I'm not wishing him any luck on Sunday. I hope he gets good, and I hope his team get absolutely hammered.
Yeah. No, yeah. So, for us, minimum of 3. got to go for the 4 and hope that neither of them can pick up a point.
Yeah, because after those 2 games, because you're looking at 3 games after that, which no define our season, but we could end up with 0 points. Could end up with 0 points. I'm not saying we will, but if you're going to pick up out of those 5 games, we need to beat the Flames. We've got to beat the Flyers, and hope that we get some of the next 3 games.
Yeah. So looking ahead at them, obviously the double header against the Steelers, so home and away. Are we home first?
No, we're away first. We're away on the Saturday. We're away at Saturday because remember now that's when we've got hospitality at Tannadice.
Oh yeah, so that's the disappointing thing about it, because if we were at home first, then there's a good chance we could have split that series. But travelled out to Sheffield, back up the road, game on the Sunday, could work in Sheffield's favour a little bit. But hope we try and split it again, same as Belfast. Try and split it, even if it's the win down there and the loss up here. Try and split it.
And I'll see my mate. See my mate Dowdy.
Oh, hockey friends.
Me and Dowdy. Yeah.
And we'll see what.
See, he was fighting again.
Yeah. You just can't behave. And obviously that wee shite Traversa was dropped them as well. I'll tell you though, it's the boy that what's his face? Brody, is it?
Riley Brandt.
Riley Brandt.
Riley Brandt.
Yeah. Brandt. Brandt's meant
this is a guy. This is Riley Brandt. It's funny because we're speaking about a Cardiff guy here, and the next games after that are Cardiff. Yeah. Riley Brandt is the guy who is. You see some of the games is throwing the big hits.
Yeah.
And he gets battered for Traversa.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he got battered.
Well, he certainly didn't. He certainly didn't set himself up in glory. That's for sure.
No, the thing with Traversa is, now mind he went with a fighter the last time when he played for us. He went with somebody that could handle themselves. He does the fight. He just scraps. Like he just throws a load of punches in the hope that something hits. He just Scrappy Doo. That's what he reminds you of, Scrappy Doo. Put him up against a proper fighter, he'll just.
It's not going to happen, though, is it?
And no, I don't see Kyle Haas give him his ties, Be brilliant. Sharp and sit in the box,
Yeah. But so the 2 Sheffield games are going to be difficult. And then I think maybe the one positive thing is, we were saying that it might not work in our favour that we're away on Saturday and at home on Sunday. But actually, leading into the Cardiff game, it might actually, because we're at home on the Sunday. And we're not having to travel again on the Sunday, and
Yeah. So
before the Wednesday game.
Again, 10 points up for grabs again in the week. What you thinking?
2, 4, 6.
Going for 6.
Go for 6.
I would say 5. Half it.
Yeah.
Go for 5.
Flames. 2 points for Flames. 2 points from Flyers, and then pick up 2 points someplace else. Whether
a point or 2
from win or a point each Sheffield game, or a point in one Sheffield game. The one.
Love just to
throw
another wee spanners in the works for Sheffield,
Yeah.
Just another wee spanner just for Belfast to then go, because I think Belfast are what?
Yeah, they're close.
We had it on our league table. So Belfast are only 2 points behind, having played a game extra.
Yeah.
If Sheffield can lose one game and Belfast win it, then they're equal, and games in hand are close. And
I still wouldn't write off Cardiff. I know they've played more games, but no.
I don't think they're consistent.
They will not go away. Well, look, did they know they had their semi-final last night? Did they know beat Sheffield 5-9? In Sheffield.
That was a shocker,
So they're capable. That's why I would never write them off.
That's what I'm saying. That their consistency is not there for them, though.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're consistent enough to challenge for it this year. But you never know.
Yeah, and based on what happened the last time they were up here, Scaldell, he will not accept a performance like what happened the last time.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I hope it is.
Well, so do I. Actually, I hope their performance is worse. I hope they only play for the last 30 seconds. They'll maybe not have enough time to score empty netters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really squeaky bum time.
Yeah, but as you say, we've got to keep the momentum going. Good win against Belfast. We've had a good win against Cardiff. We've had an even better win down away from home in Manchester. Got to hope we can carry that into this weekend, especially against the two playoff fighting teams.
I think I put it on. It was either Facebook or Twitter last week. As a fan, all you expect is hard work, effort, determination. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you win, you win. If you lose, but you show that, then you've been beat by the better team. That's as simple as that.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping we're sitting here in 2 weeks' time and we're maybe up to 6th place.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I'm missing the quiz.
Missing the quiz.
I
have to get some ideas to what we're going to do next.
Yeah, because I'm catching up.
You're not catching up that much. I think you caught up by an extra point the last time.
27-16 it is. But yeah.
Aye. Is that the year that you're actually going to catch up? 27-16.
That'd be a good year if that happened there. But finally, before we go, merchandise. I've reached out to the guys, right? So the guys who have ordered their merchandise, I reached out to them today. They've all came back as well. So the merchandise should be available the next time we meet them.
Yeah, so obviously we had a little bit of a snag. We'll call it a snag.
Yeah.
We couldn't get stuff quickly and all that. Due to personal reasons, but we're now there. I've got an order for mugs as well from a guy on Twitter. So good. We'll pass that in as well. But I'm probably going to have to get Shannon involved, and Shannon will hate to make like a wee spreadsheet and stuff and take some orders and names and how to pay for it and all that sort of shebang. I'll let her deal with that. Make her feel like she's part of the team.
Well, you could do that your end. I've got it in my notepad sitting at my feet, but yeah.
Cool. But on that note,
it's
hopefully sitting here 5 or 6 points more and higher up the league.
Yeah.
And hopefully our new boy has a great weekend and maybe kick somebody's head at the same time.
Yeah, that's it.
Brilliant. Right, Larzo.
Right, senior. No, that's me. Junior.
It's you.
See ya.
Senior.
Yeah.
Again, unprofessional when at his best.
Oh, God, fucking early shifts. Honestly, I should be in bed at this thing.
We'll see you all next week.
Right.
2 weeks.
Cheers. Hey, unprofessional. See ya.